Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. John Scalzi will be along in just a minute. But topping our news this morning, the death toll is rising in what appears to be a horrific terrorist attack in France last night.
Yeah, it happened in the resort town of Nice as thousands were celebrating a national holiday. And they were just finishing watching fireworks when all of these attacks began. The death toll going up. ABC's Kenneth Moten is now joining us with the latest from Washington.
Good morning. From fireworks to gunfire, people were gathered to celebrate the national holiday in France when that truck somehow got past security. This morning, a terror investigation is trying to figure out if the suspect acted alone. Panic and fear in Nice. Cheers for Bastille Day celebrations turned into screams of terror as thousands of people ran for their lives in the French resort town filled with tourists. A semi-truck plowed through a popular promenade. More than 80 dead, including several children, dozens of others injured.
It was looking for a place to hide. It was running.
The truck left a trail of bodies for over a mile. Witnesses say the driver, who was armed with a gun, was shooting out of the window. Sam Jones from the UK saw it all.
This giant white van came bolting down this road and was just taking out people left, right, and center.
The truck driver was killed after an exchange of gunfire with police. His vehicle was loaded with grenades and other weapons.
L'horreur de nouveau vient de s'abattre sur la France.
French President François Hollande addressed his nation, saying the tragedy has all the elements of a terrorist attack. We have to do everything in our power to fight this terrorist plague, he said. In November, 130 people were killed when ISIS suicide bombers and gunmen attacked in Paris. The country was just days away from lifting its state of emergency. Now it's been extended 3 more months in this nation on edge. ABC News has confirmed at least 2 Americans were killed, a father and his 11-year-old son from Lakeway, Texas, near Austin. President Obama, who released a statement condemning the attacks, we are told that he has been briefed by his national security team. Reporting live here in Washington this morning, Kenneth Moten, ABC News. Now back to you.
Thank you, Kenneth. Wow, it's just so heavy to keep waking up to this horror.
Seems like every other day now. Horrible, horrible. Well, the weekend is upon us, and we have some, I don't want to say really dry weather coming our way, but some slightly drier weather, I think, today. High pressure sitting over us will bring us slightly less coverage. Not much in the way of any kind of rain showers across the area currently. We do expect to see those showers and thunderstorms build a little bit later in the afternoon. I'll put the rain chance today at about 30 or 40%, and we'll have a daytime high topping out warm again, coming in the lower to mid-90s. Back to you guys.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at the roadways this morning. So far, so good. Manatee County flowing nicely. 75, 301, 41, all moving along without any issues. And as you head down into Sarasota County, that too seems to be without any issues or accidents this morning. And obviously, we'll keep you posted, but right now it's moving along.
Yeah. Well, back here on the Suncoast, we're learning more about why the Sarasota Police Department canceled a community conversation with the NAACP on Wednesday.
ABC 7's Ray Collins has this story.
The whole church, 1,000 rounds, everybody in the church could have been killed or injured.
Sarasota Police Chief Bernadette DePino can now reveal why she canceled Wednesday night's meeting with the NAACP.
Is that yesterday, during the day, we had 2 burglaries that were quite concerning to me. In both of the burglaries, weapons were stolen.
DePino says burglars stole an AK-47, 2 40-round magazines, and 1,000 rounds of ammunition from this house on Old Bradenton Road. And later in the day, thieves broke into this house on 6th Street and stole a semi-automatic rifle and 700 bullets.
We don't know at this time.
The chief isn't sure the 2 events are related, but she is sure of one thing: a disturbing recent trend of gun thefts prior to rallies, protests, and events like the one planned in Newtown.
That anytime there are protests and rallies, there are individuals that are taking opportunities to break into gun stores and or homes to take weapons and potentially use against law enforcement.
Make no mistake, the chief says she has no second thoughts about canceling the meeting, and the leader of the Newtown Nation agrees.
I think she made a good decision, knowing that those rifles could have killed all of us.
I couldn't feel comfortable knowing that an AK-47 with 1,000 rounds was on our streets in a close proximity to where the meeting was to take place.
So that meeting is now scheduled for Monday night, July 25th. In the newsroom, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And a death investigation is now underway in Manatee County after a private defense attorney was found dead in his home yesterday morning. According to the Bradenton Herald, a co-worker found Mark Lipinski after going to check on him when he failed to show up in court. Deputies with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office were called to the scene to investigate, but they say no suspicious circumstances have been found. Now, Lipinski has been practicing law in Bradenton since 1990. His cases will continue to be handled by his office, and a public memorial service is planned, but details have not yet been announced. Lipinski was 65 years old. A trial is underway in Sarasota for a man accused of killing his former landlord 13 years ago. John Melquist is charged with second-degree murder. He has chosen to represent himself in court. He was renting a room from 68-year-old Annalise Schweikart back in March of 2003 when she disappeared. He wasn't arrested until a decade later, and Melquist claims the last time he saw Schweikart was when he dropped her off at the airport. In day 2 of the trial, the prosecution called multiple witnesses, and Schweikart's former mail carrier got emotional on the stand.
There were letters from Germany coming to her, and I really questioned it again, and I asked my boss again. I said, there's just I don't feel good about this. Something's not right. This is not like her. And then when letters from Germany came, I thought something had to be wrong.
The trial is expected to wrap up on Tuesday.
A mansion at Marie Selby Botanical Gardens in Sarasota is closed temporarily because of a termite problem. A huge tarp has been draped over part of the famed Christie Payne mansion. Some termites have been detected in the historic building, which was built in 1935. A local company, Cloud Pest Control, offered its services pro bono, and they'll set off a gas inside the building to get rid of these termites. Selby Gardens is planning to display several high-end art exhibits in the Payne Mansion this coming fall. They want to make sure the building is sound.
It's not easy. It's a very complicated building. As you can see, it's tall. It's got steep tile roof. The roof is slippery. It's got lots of different angles to the building. It's not like homes are built today.
This fall we'll be bringing in some historic prints from the 1700s and 1800s, and so we needed the right environment to be able to display this artwork.
Selby Gardens says they should be able to reopen the mansion in the next couple of days. In Venice, the city council is approving the city's first tax increase in 3 years. A 6-to-1 vote. In that 6-to-1 vote, the city adopted a new proposed tax rate that will increase property taxes by 50 cents per every $1,000 of assessed property value. With this increase, the city will collect $12 million in property taxes. This year, it collected $9.5 million. 2 public hearings will be held at City Hall in September to discuss the tax rate changes.
And the Sarasota County Commission has unanimously voted not to lift restrictions that limit commercial development on 35 acres of land just east of I-75. The decision comes after a developer planned to build a racetrack in the area. Residents in the area have opposed the development of more gas stations, truck stops, and bars, saying they would be incompatible with the rural area. Traffic congestion was also a concern. Meanwhile, commissioners did approve plans for Medallion Home Development to build new homes at the now closed Gulf Gate Golf Course. According to the Herald Tribune, the Gulf Gate Community Association is strongly opposed to this development, and they ended up greatly softening their stance after negotiating with the developer. One of the sticking points was plans for gates around the development, and those will reportedly no longer be included. In Manatee County, a planned development near the water in Cortez gets approval from the Planning and Zoning Commission. Whiting Preston's Peninsula Bay development would be located just north of Cortez Road between 103rd and 119th Street West on Palmasola Bay. It would feature more than 1,900 homes, a hotel, a marina, a boat ramp, and 90,000 square feet of commercial waterfront space. The proposal now awaits a vote from county commissioners in September.
A proposed parking garage on Old Main Street in Bradenton is moving forward. City officials believe that the 400-space paid parking garage would be the best solution to the area's parking problem. A big portion of the parking lot next to City Hall would be transformed into the garage, while the rest would remain as metered parking. And just like the new garage in downtown Sarasota on State Street, it could also feature retail space on the bottom floor.
We know that we have a new hotel coming on, of which we've need some parking associated with that, as well as the expansion of the museum, expansion of the marina.
Construction is always a hassle, but then again, that's part of any growth that goes on in the community. So if it's for the better of the community and it helps us out, I'm fine with that.
The City Council is expected to vote on the garage within the next 60 days, and construction would get underway this fall and be complete within a year. Well, it has an odd name, but make no mistake about it, the cause is very important.
Yes, it has an odd name, and it looks kind of like the Partridge Family bus.
Really?
You might not know.
I haven't seen it yet.
The Partridge Family bus?
No, this.
The All Faiths Food Bank introduced a new vehicle to its fleet. The Eat This Bus will help the organization continue providing food and proper nutrition to children in remote and rural areas of Sarasota and DeSoto counties.
Colorful, it's fun. We put it together so we can attract the children, we can go to community events, we can go to school events, and hand out food to them, whether it's backpacks or fresh produce. That's what we want to do. We want to reach the children.
All Faiths says more than 21,000 kids are on free or reduced lunch during the school year, so it's crucial to make sure they're given a helping hand during the summer.
I liked that. I like the look of it.
Yeah, no, it's very colorful. It's great. Partridge Family Bus was awesome too.
True.
They just played music instead of feeding people out of it, you know. Meanwhile, the Food Bank of Manatee County is challenging local businesses, organizations, and residents to raise $1,000 or collect 1,000 pounds of food to help feed those in need.
The Food Bank launched this new campaign on Monday as part of their Wipe Out Summer Hunger program. The CEO of Meals on Wheels says there is a greater need for food during the summer, but it's the same time of year that donations typically drop off. In previous challenges, the Food Bank has raised $100,000 to $200,000. The Food Bank distributes about 3 million pounds of food annually. Incredible what they do, but like you said, it drops off in the most time of need too. So if we can all challenge ourselves and 1,000 cans of food,
It takes a
we can do
village
that.
for sure, and it's a little bit goes a long way.
Sometimes some of those 2-for-1 sales that they have at the grocery stores are a good opportunity.
That is a good idea, because a lot of times, you know, if you're a single person, you're like, I don't need the other thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You could
What do you need
give
it for?
to them.
Right.
You guys never thought of me when you were shopping?
Oh, no. Sorry,
Oh,
Don.
Tony, I'm sorry.
2 for 1. Hello.
I'm sorry. We're going to bring you some peanut butter next week.
Yeah,
Yes, I
kids love that.
Showers and thunderstorms in the forecast again this afternoon. Maybe a few less than we saw yesterday. We'll talk about that in a minute.
And what does an Uber ride and ice cream have in common? We'll have the delicious details coming up later in the show. Stay with us.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So, looking at the conditions across the region this morning, we still have some very warm temperatures, 77 degrees the air temperature, dew point at 71. East wind now coming in at about 5. That east wind will continue to provide us with a shower and thunderstorm chance this afternoon. We do have some slightly drier air beginning to work its way in across the region, and that may somewhat reduce our rain chances. 77 Parish, Bradenton, Lakewood, Ranch, and Sarasota. Northport comes in at 77, 76 in Arcadia, Wauchula, Myakka, 78 in Inglewood and Venice. We had a lot of rainfall around yesterday, some pretty good coverage. And now we're starting to see things quieting down, obviously, just as we have over the last several mornings. The showers are out in the Gulf waters, and that's where they'll stay during the morning hours. I think by afternoon, the clear radar picture that we have here will start to light up again. However, I think that we may reduce the number of storms that we have anticipated this afternoon just a little bit. And the reason for that is, well, twofold, really. We have some drier air that is trying to work its way in. It'll probably be here by this afternoon. If not this afternoon, it'll be here overnight and ready to go tomorrow morning. But I think that this afternoon it will arrive, somewhat lowering our rain chances, 1. And then 2, we have a ridge of high pressure that has moved a little bit to the east today, or a little bit to the west today. Now, it's going to retrograde back to the east, but for today, because of its position, it may help to also inhibit the number of showers that we get. So, all in all, I think we'll probably reduce our rain chances from 50 or 60% to maybe 30 or 40% this afternoon. They'll still be around, and they'll still have lightning pops. You're still going to get some gusty winds under some of these storms, and some pretty good downpours of rain if you happen to be under one of them. They'll just be fewer in number. Southeasterly wind flow will continue again today, so we do have west-moving storms. They'll build in inland areas. They'll drift back to the coast. So afternoon showers and thunderstorms, some gusty storms possible. Partly sunny skies will bump up our temperatures again into the mid-90s. The tropical satellite forecast shows us in, well, cloud cover again down in the tropics, but still that dust is going to limit the storminess that we see. We have on a RPM computer model, again, less than average rain chances depicted this afternoon, or fewer storms building this afternoon, I should say. And then those storms are gradually drifting out into Gulf waters. Tomorrow, I think we'll have a similar situation, but tomorrow, by later in the day, we might see a few more storms to the north of us, but just lesser storms over us. That'll all change again as we head into the weekend. Forecast looks like a southwest wind at about 10 knots becoming west at about 10. Light chop 2-foot seas. So the 7-day forecast shows lesser rain chances today and probably tomorrow as well. But then Sunday, the rain chances go back up again and hold there as we head into next work week. Back to you.
Thanks, John. Taking a look at your commute right now at 519. Out of Palmetto, it looks like the bridges are clear at this point in the morning. No major issues on 41 or 301. Some building volume, but that's pretty normal to see. The interstate nice and clear at this point as well as we head into Sarasota. A couple hot spots there on 41 as you head north approaching Fruitville Road. We're seeing a little bit of a slowdown in the downtown area, but nothing to cause major problems to your commute. Traffic is looking great as well in Venice and Northport.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but the last couple weeks been really, really hot. Like
Really
4th
hot.
of July, I felt like I was living on the sun. And
I know. I'm already over it.
Yeah.
Been over
We
it.
got a long way to go, but this could just be a preview of years to come.
Yeah, I'm not really liking this story here. According to NOAA, the month of June was the warmest on record in the United States. A recent study from Climate Central claims several Florida cities, including Sarasota, will see an increase in 100-degree days in the coming years. Physicians warn the combination of heat and humidity can put the body in overdrive.
Because it is Florida and it is so hot, we try to do like an activity outside, then an activity inside, or an activity at the pool, just so they get that fluctuation.
We see some pretty good traffic right at the heat of the day at about 3 o'clock, so I think people are looking for a break earlier, so we're seeing a rush earlier than normal.
To avoid heat illness, schedule 15-minute breaks every hour and double the recommended 1.5 liters of servings of water per day.
So you need a 15-minute break coming up?
I mean, I'm not outside right now, but I worked out in the heat of the day yesterday, and that was a big mistake. Well, the top lifeguards, see, they're doing it right. They're in the water. They're in Florida, or they're here. The top lifeguards in Florida are here in Sarasota trying to beat the heat, showing off their skills, life-saving skills.
Yeah, it's like Baywatch comes to Siesta Key. Lifeguard Championship started yesterday at Siesta Key Beach, and they put on by the U.S. Life Saving Association. The championships include an Ironman, Ironwoman competition. See here, all the guys doing surf boats, surf ski, run and swim races, all kinds of things going on. Organizers say one of the main draws for the lifeguards is obviously Siesta Key Beach.
I love our sport of surf life saving, and I believe in it, and so I've been participating wholeheartedly. I think I got into it when I was younger, but since '03 in Florida.
The water's nice and flat, the sand is great, so the men and women doing their different events, whether it's running or swimming or paddling or the dory boats, it just gives them a good opportunity to see Sarasota and the new improvements here at Siesta Key Public Beach.
The championship will wrap up today with an exciting finish, but they love it because, you know, I mean, they train year-round. They always got to stay in shape. They have to save lives when necessary, swimming in rip currents and whatnot.
That's scary.
So to be able to do it in fun and against your fellow lifeguards and kind of show off a little bit.
Yeah. Why not?
It's the American way.
The competitive people love it. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Tesla facing more criticism over its autopilot function that has already led to 2 crashes in the U.S. We'll show you what Consumer Reports are saying to the automaker.
U.S. Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, U.S. Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with U.S. Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call U.S. Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits on the bottle of strips.
Act now, and U.S. Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call U.S. Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
Dog days of summer got you down? Beat the heat with huge summer savings during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll be the coolest family on the block in your all-new Chrysler Pacifica for just $27,999. Or get the lowest price ever on a new Dodge Journey, just $15,999. And right now, get up to $10,000 off a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Welcome back. It is 5:24, and BP is releasing its final tab for the 2010 oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico.
ABC's Diane Macedo and Kenneth Gibson have this morning's business headlines from New York.
Good morning. Topping America's Money, the price tag for the catastrophic oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico.
BP now says the disaster cost the company nearly $62 billion. In 2010, one of its deep-sea wells exploded, sending millions of gallons of oil into the Gulf for 187 days.
Consumer Reports is calling on Tesla to disable its autopilot system after a fatal crash in Ohio involving a Model S.
The magazine wants Tesla to overhaul the self-driving technology, but the company has insisted that the system is safer than human driving. And finally, the updated version of Ghostbusters hits theaters today. The female-led cast is getting some solid reviews online as well.
And there's plenty of interest. Ghostbusters is Fandango's top pre-selling live-action comedy of the year so far. Because of that, it's expected to dominate the weekend box office race.
See that? And the trailer got bashed. Now the movie's getting good reviews. That's America's Money.
Oh, look. Another anti-wrinkle cream in no hurry to make anything happen. Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair works in 1 week with the fastest retinol formula available. It's clinically proven to work on fine lines and even deep wrinkles. 1 week? That definitely works. Rapid Wrinkle Repair. And for dark spots, Rapid Tone Repair. Neutrogena. See what's possible.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Yo, keep your hands over your head. Keep your hands over your head. Keep your...
Strong is good.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront.
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Florida Studio Theater presents the 8th Annual Sarasota Improv Festival, July 14th through 16th. 3 days of non-stop comedy with 18 groups from New York City, Atlanta, Austin, Boston, Chicago, Columbia, Canada, Orlando, and more. The laughter will be unlimited. Don't miss what Daly City says is non-stop lunacy. Featured acts will include premier improv group Impro Theater. Improv Festival passes and tickets are on sale now. 941-366-9000 or visit floridastudiotheater.org.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Looks like we're getting another new neighbor.
Now you could be the millionaire next door. Play Monopoly Florida Edition scratch-off games with a top prize of $5 million. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, Donald Trump is pushing back a big announcement following the latest attack in France.
Plus, for the first time since the 2010 oil spill, BP is announcing how much the spill has costed them.
And we'll show you how you can get free ice cream with just a click of a button.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And along with John Scalzi, I'm Don Brennan. And I don't know about you guys, but push of a button and ice cream just shows up at your doorstep.
That's the best news you can get on a Friday morning, right?
Hard to.
I love ice cream. What is so funny?
What? I'm looking at this prompter here, and all the words are reversed.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So good luck to you, Bo.
Yeah.
Let's do weather. We have across the region a few showers in the forecast for today. Not much in the way of any kind of rain falling currently, but as we head into the afternoon, I think we'll see showers and thunderstorms building once again. Forecast call for slightly lesser rain chances today. Daytime highs topping out in the low to mid 90s. Don, get back here. It's looking like it'll be a pretty decent weather over the next several days. Back to you guys.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at traffic. Everything is moving along nicely at this hour. And Bradenton proper. Do see a little bit of traffic as you are leaving downtown Bradenton, heading south on 41. Don't know what that is about. It's not an accident at this point, but we'll look into it. If it's anything serious, we will let you know. Also, some volume picking up on State Road 70 heading westbound right around 301, so be aware of that. And as you head down into Sarasota County, that is all moving along nicely at this point in the morning. No problems, no issues or delays, so keep up the good work and drive safely. Now, topping our news this half hour, the deadly attacks in Nice are pushing back Donald Trump's announcement on his vice presidential pick.
The Republican presidential nominee was supposed to make his announcement today. Sources say Trump is offering Indiana Governor Mike Pence a job as his running mate. However, with Pence running for re-election in Indiana, time is running out for him to drop out of the race. State law bars him from seeking re-election and running for vice president at the same time. He has until noon today to withdraw. On Fox News, Trump also praised all three of his vice presidential finalists.
I have great respect for Governor Pence, but I also have great respect for Newt. I have great respect for Chris Christie. We have some tremendous people in the Republican Party, but I'll be making the announcement at the appropriate time.
A newly released Wall Street Journal NBC poll says the former First Lady is leading in 4 key swing states by a comfortable single-digit lead. Just last month, Clinton led by 6 points nationally.
Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton says she'll pick a very qualified running mate. The former Secretary of State was on Capitol Hill yesterday for a lunch with Democratic senators, including several she could be considering as her vice presidential pick. They include Senators Sherrod Brown, Tim Kaine, Elizabeth Warren, and Cory Booker. And remember, ABC 7 will have special coverage of both the Republican and Democratic national conventions. We will have people on the scene. ABC 7's Ray Collins and Alan Cohn will be in Cleveland beginning Monday for the Republican National Convention. Then the following week, it's the Democratic National Convention, and Haley Wilgus and Adam Cellini will join Alan Cohn in Philadelphia to bring you all the latest developments from those two conventions.
Orlando Police Chief John Mina and Orange County Sheriff Deputy Jerry Demings will be in Washington today for a hearing on why Orlando did not receive federal funding following the Pulse shooting. U.S. Representative John Mica is holding this hearing. He says the Pulse nightclub shooting shows that Orlando is susceptible to terrorist attacks. Almost $590 million in grants were distributed this year by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to several cities, including Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Tampa, but Orlando was left off of that list. Meanwhile, the survivors of that shooting and the families of the victims will soon receive payments. The One Orlando Fund was established to help the victims, the families of the victims, recover. The fund now has at least $17 million in it. The exact amount each family will get will be determined by how much money is raised by September 26th. But the families of the victims killed in this massacre will get the largest amount.
Businesses impacted by toxic algae blooms linked to freshwater releases out of Lake Okeechobee can now get some financial help from the state. Those businesses can apply now until August 31st for short-term loans. The state of Florida made its bridge loan program available yesterday. So far, 59 businesses in Martin, St. Lucie, and Lee counties have reported some form of impact from this toxic bloom. Now, the impacts range from a decrease in tourists to fewer people going to restaurants.
Even if they're going down to visit, they're not going out on their boats. They're not going out to see the manatees. They're not going out to do the things that you normally do, especially in these areas on the water.
The loans are available only to businesses that are in the 4 counties in which Governor Rick Scott has declared a state of emergency: Martin and St. Lucie, Lee, and Palm Beach counties again. Now, BP Oil has put a final price tag on the cost of the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico back in 2010. The company says the spill cost them $61.6 billion. The company issued the estimate yesterday, making the first time it has put a total cost on this catastrophe. BP said it expects to spend a total of $44 billion after tax deductions are factored in. In 2010, one of the company's deep-sea wells blew out off the coast of Louisiana, and that led to the sinking of the Deepwater Horizon drilling rig. 11 rig workers were killed in the explosion, and millions of gallons of gas was spilled into the Gulf for 87 days. I'm sure not many people forget that.
Well, in some lighter news this morning, Busch Gardens is getting in on the Pokemon Go craze. Listen up, John. The theme park has announced that it will host a Lure-a-thon this Saturday at the park. Pokemon Go users will be able to wander the park with their cell phones to collect as many Pokemon as possible. The events will be held from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. However, Park Pass members will have exclusive access to 7 Pokestops in the Egypt area of the park from 8:30 to 9:30. Park admission is required to play. That should be good. Another great story today. National Ice Cream Day is on Sunday, but Uber is celebrating a little early with free ice cream delivery today between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Anyone with the Uber app in Sarasota can have 2 free ice cream bars delivered to them within minutes. Just open your Uber app, put in your location, and click the ice cream option. Now, this is the 5th year Uber has offered the ice cream delivery, but I guess it's because Uber is just now getting popular within the last 2 years or so.
I didn't even know they were around for 5 years.
How cool
Uber.
is that?
It's awesome.
I'll do it.
All right, well, golf carts are getting an upgrade. They're not having ice cream, but imagine seeing this driving around the Suncoast. A Mercedes-Benz is revealing a new concept golf cart that is changing the game a bit. The interior is made of wood, brushed metal, and leather, and there's even a refrigerator under the seat, which you can store your ice cream from Uber. There's also a touchscreen display that shows not only driving information, but a map of the golf course and weather information. If you really pin them, put the pedal to the metal, the vehicle can reach up to 19 miles an hour. Only 2 golf carts have been made so far, but Mercedes says it's ready to ramp up production if there's interest, and I have a funny feeling there is interest.
I'd be in on that.
Yes, and kids came out to Ed Smith Stadium yesterday to get some professional baseball training. The Baltimore Orioles hosted a youth baseball clinic for the Manatee YMCA Lakewood Ranch branch. Boys and girls received hitting, pitching, base running, and fielding instruction from Orioles minor league players. About 200 kids practiced on the back fields, then moved over to the main field to watch the Gulf Coast League Orioles against the Gulf Coast Twins.
I think it's really important that the Orioles demonstrate to the community that we're here on a year-round basis. It's not just during spring training.
The clinic is part of the Sarasota 365 series. The Baltimore Orioles and Orioles Reach demonstrate the club's year-round engagement with the Sarasota and the Suncoast communities.
So fun. They must have loved that.
Oh, man, I mean,
Like, we're out here on the field.
Yeah.
And as a kid, that's just so cool.
Oh, yeah, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing they're doing there.
Indeed.
We have some showers in the forecast for you this afternoon. We'll talk about that in a second.
And Pokemon has gamers glued to their phone screens, as we've been telling you. It seems everybody's glued to their phone screens with Pokemon. Doctors are warning patients, though, to limit playtime. We'll tell you coming up.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current conditions outside, not another warm and steamy start to the day. 77-degree air temperature, dew point at 71, east wind coming in at 5. Almost, at the surface anyway, identical situations to yesterday morning. Now, one slight change. We have some drier air aloft. And that could actually limit the number of storms that we have a little later on today. 77 Wauchula, 77 Arcadia, 77 Mayaca, Bradenton Parish, Lakewood Ranch all coming in at 78, 79 degrees in Venice and Inglewood, 78 Northport, and 76 degrees Punta Gorda, 83 degrees Longboat Key. Big storms around yesterday. Boy, they moved through. It was kind of nice, actually. They came through, and yes, there was a lot of lightning. There was some gusty winds. But after they moved through, things cooled off nicely. It was really very pleasant during the evening hours after those storms moved through and that drier, cooler air filtered to the surface. We had a little bit of relief from the summertime heat. Now things are very quiet across the entire area, so the morning commute, weather-wise anyway, is going to be just fine. Should not be any issues whatsoever. So what's different today? Well, it's a similar situation, but not identical. We had some drier air that's over the Caribbean, or over the the eastern part of the near Atlantic coastline, and that is gradually drifting in this direction. So that will limit the available moisture at mid and upper levels of the atmosphere and reduce our rain chances a little bit. After this Antilles air moves closer to us, we'll start to reduce our rain chances this afternoon and into tomorrow as well, I think. And then by Sunday, we'll start to moisten the atmosphere up again. That's one issue that's different with our atmosphere today. The other is that an area of high pressure has kind of nosed its way a little bit further to the west, so its influence over us is a little bit greater. I think we'll probably see that also help to reduce the number of storms that we get today. That high, by the way, moves over the course of the next couple of days back toward the Atlantic coastline and will lessen its grip a little bit on us as we head into probably Sunday, Monday, and then maybe Tuesday of next week. Thereafter, we have more drier air coming in, which will reduce our rain chances by midweek next week. So afternoon thunderstorms today, some gusty winds, partly sunny skies, fewer storms around, I think. We have a mix of sun and clouds throughout the afternoon. That'll boost our temperatures up again to the mid-90s. We'll have a feels-like temperature, probably close to about 108. Again today, that's probably true right straight through the weekend, so do be careful out there and hydrate yourself. If you're going to plan on maybe walking the bridge or something like that, maybe taking a stroll down the Riverwalk, be sure and keep hydrated. We have showers and thunderstorms, again, fewer in number, building along the sea breeze front this afternoon, then moving toward the coastline. And we will do the same thing, I think, on Saturday as well. Then on Sunday, we'll increase the rain chances just a little bit. So the forecast looking like this. We'll have a southwest wind at about 10 knots, becoming westerly in the evening hours, with a rain chance of about 30%. And maybe tomorrow as low as 20%. Then by Sunday, we'll bump that rain chance back up, hold it there for a couple days, and start to reduce it again by the middle of next week. Back to you.
Thanks, John. As far as your commute right now at 546, I don't see any major problems on the interstate right now out of Ellington. It looks like the bridges out of Palmetto are moving along nicely, just a little slow as you come off of the DeSoto Bridge southbound into Bradenton. 301 building in volume around State Road 70 southbound. And as far as 41, that is looking pretty good as we head into Sarasota. Not seeing any issues on 41 or 301 or the interstate. Arteries out to 75 just starting to pick up in volume, but nothing to slow you down at this point, and still accident and delay free as you head into Venice and Northport. In health news this morning, in the fight against HIV, there's a new pill on the market that's showing great success in the preventing of this virus.
ABC7's Alex Redmond has this story.
The HIV and AIDS epidemic, now in its fourth decade, continues to claim lives. But HIV prevention comes in the form of a blue pill.
It's a combination of two medications that we commonly use. One of them is called Viriad, and the other is emtricitabine.
It's called Truvada or PrEP. It's a pill that's offered to those at high risk of contracting HIV.
Right now, there's such a small percentage of people that are actually taking it, but if people used the Truvada prophylaxis, then it could decrease risk significantly, and really down to a third of what we're seeing now.
Truvada is FDA approved for pre-exposure prophylaxis against HIV infection, but more education is needed.
All other doctors that make referrals to infectious disease, they need to be informed about it because it's a new strategy that can prevent the disease from being transmitted.
Researchers of Emory University estimated 40% of gay men used Truvada as directed. There would be a third less new HIV infections.
So it's a medication that you can't take just before you think you might have a high-risk encounter. It's a medication that needs to be taken every day.
Michael Lamb speaks openly of his HIV-positive status and says he's on the fence with PrEP.
The pro part is it's a prevention method. It's working. There's a 92% chance that HIV will not be transmitted with the partner that is on PrEP.
But the studies of Truvada were used in combination with another form of protection.
Those that were taking the medication were also using condoms consistently to prevent the spread of HIV.
HIV diagnoses are still climbing 50,000 a year. We still need to use condoms.
There are possible side effects, says Dr. Schreibner.
Issues with kidneys can be issues with bone. So like any other decision with medicine, there are risks and benefits, and the key is when the benefits of it outweigh the risks.
For a link to CAN, you can go to mysuncoast.com and click on Health. Reporting in Sarasota, Alex Redmond, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Alex. Well, the new gaming app Pokemon Go is encouraging players to catch imaginary creatures while keeping their noses glued to the screen. And it's easy to get hooked, but the experts have something to say about all that screen time.
I'm pretty sure I saw a bunch of drivers yesterday that were playing Pokemon Go.
See,
they weren't
this is
even looking up.
dangerous.
I know. I'm riding my bike. I had to wear a whole full body armor suit.
It's not good for the kids either.
No. The American Academy of Pediatrics is recommending parents set limits on their kids' phone use. I think kids should set limits on their parents' use as well. They say parents should limit screen time for entertainment to under 2 hours a day. One way to do this is by setting bedtime and mealtime curfews for all media devices. Screen time is discouraged for all children under 2.
Good advice.
Yes. Now, a popular sporting device can be used for more than just fashion.
Activity trackers have been used by athletes for years, but doctors say they can really help motivate us to move. They recommend the devices for those who are trying to prevent or reverse chronic diseases such as diabetes. One activity the device is useful for is the 10,000 goal. Research shows diabetic people who get in 10,000 steps per day have better insulin sensitivity and lower body mass index than those who do not. Studies have also shown that fitness trackers do help people change their behavior.
We're a goal-oriented society. And so if we set a goal that we want 8,000 steps or 10,000 steps a day, this is providing us with that level of feedback.
It's a good idea to aim for those 10,000 steps because regular physical activity lessens your chance of developing a chronic disease each year. And I think what it does is it's like that constant accountability on your hand. You know what I mean?
More than anything. Like you said, like when you did it, you'd be like near your goal and you're like, oh, shit, I was just going to get ready for bed.
Or walk around my condo to get in those last few steps.
I wish I had one for my mom. My mom would eat like a grape or a couple of grapes and then walk around the whole city just to burn off the calories. And I'm like, I wonder how much she walked in her life. Everybody knew her as the walking woman around town.
She had way more than 10,000 steps in a day. Stay with us.
We'll be right back.
It's time for My Suncoast's Bark in the Park with the Bradenton Marauders at McKechnie Field. Bring your best friend and let them run the bases. July 24th at 1 p.m. Visit BradentonMarauders.com for info. Sponsored by ABC7.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G-Freed Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Welcome back. It is 5:55, and here's what's coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. What's being called a terrorist attack in France has left dozens dead and many more injured after a man drives a truck into a crowd during a French celebration. The Sarasota Police Department reveals a community conversation canceled in Sarasota earlier this week was done so after guns were stolen from a home that same day. And Sarasota County has approved a plan to build new homes at the now closed Gulfgate Golf Course. This following negotiations with homeowners.
A coffee shop owner in Roanoke, Virginia is finding his own ways to try to solve the world's injustice. He's charging customers more if they aren't polite when they place orders. I like that. A small coffee is $5. Wow. But if you say, hello, I'd like one small coffee, please, it's only $1.75. Saying please, but not hello will get you a $3 cup of Joe. The shop's Be Nice policy has quickly gone viral, and
that's cute.
Really, it's, courtesy is contagious, and it really is. You see it on the roadways. You let somebody go ahead of you or something, and all of a sudden, everybody has a feel good.
How much it makes you feel good. You're like, oh, it was so nice.
Random acts of kindness.
Thoughtful.
That is very nice. Yeah. And that's what a coffee shop is supposed to be all about, right?
Warm and fuzzy feelings.
That's exactly right.
I think I want to go grab another coffee now. Well, it's 5:56. We'll be right back.